What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Mom and Son Show.
I'm the mom.
And I'm the son, and that is right. You read that title correctly. It is Christmas in July. Everything you need to know about Mickey's Very Merry Christmas is going to be on this episode. And you want to know about the new virtual queue that's coming out for Test Track. Don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss this. Mom, 2 weeks in a row, we are doing an episode, and this week it feels like 6 months ago when we were reporting on more Christmas stuff. What are we doing?
Probably because it's 6 months from Christmas. That makes sense.
6 months from Christmas. Everything is
Until
already
Christmas.
revealed about Halloween, which is crazy because we're not even in August. But we're already moving on to Christmas. And I guess you
Yes.
need to because these are some of the bigger holidays where people need to be planning flights and everything. So they need to have their dates and know.
And Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party sells out every year.
Every single
So
year.
the sooner you get your tickets, the better.
That is accurate. So before we do anything else, why don't we just jump right into it so these fine people can, we won't waste their time. How about that? The first thing we're
sure.
always, what?
No, you're fine.
First thing we're always going to talk about is we are going to talk about the ride closures. What's open, what's
Correct.
closed, Mom?
Okay, Big Thunder Mountain, still waiting for that to open up. Journey of the Little Mermaid, remember this is the one at Magic Kingdom. It's just going to be closed for a few days for their refurbishment.
Is Big Thunder Mountain still going to be,
It's still going to be Big Thunder Mountain. It's supposed to have some like magical effects to it as well.
I thought it was going to be open before 2026 because I thought they were just shortening the ride so they can start the construction and then they would open it back up. No. Okay.
They replace tracks and that kind of stuff. So who knows?
All right.
Should be soon. Buzz Lightyear, prepare for this. I know your nephew loves Buzz Lightyear, so we're
Yep.
going to get one last ride in there before it closes.
Yep,
But
we'll have
it's
to
going to
do that.
reopen. Again, they're just going to replace the lasers and some of the targets and stuff. It's not going away.
Yep, we'll have to
not
try to
gonna
get Galactic Hero next week. We're going up next
there we
week.
go. There we go. Rest in peace. July 7th, Rivers of America, Tom Sawyer Island, and Liberty Square Riverboat gone.
Gone. And
Gone.
the weird thing was, I don't know if Disney tried to do this on purpose, but I thought it was super weird. They were handing out last ride wristbands
Yes.
on the 6th. So I thought it was weird. It is like the plastic, not even plastic, it was paper that you can rip away and just put on your wrist. I don't know why they did that.
I think they did that to try to do crowd control somehow. I don't know.
But they weren't
You know,
giving
if
it
any-
on the morning. It was interesting. On the 6th.
Right. If anybody knows what that was for, let us know. I mean, we know it was for the last ride, but how did they indicate who got it and who didn't get it?
Yeah, I think they started at noon because in the morning did not get it. In the afternoon they were getting it. So I don't know. Whatever.
Interesting.
Who cares?
And
This
of course,
is
Dumbo.
the biggest news out of all of them, and it's not the ride. Everybody, the ride that Mom
playground.
has. The ride is open. It's the indoor playground that is closed. I don't know why you have the ride picture.
Good question. Because that way people will alert and say, "Oh my gosh, is Dumbo closed?" And we can
Okay,
say,
no,
"No,
Dumbo
it's
is
the
open.
playground."
It's the playground inside that is still down. It's probably been down for about 4 months now, so we have no idea what's
Yes,
going on.
easily. Yep. Okay, next one we have a Spaceship Earth. It's getting a little refurb done August 25th, but there's no date for when it's going to reopen.
And right behind this, if you remember, is the adult-only bar, or the
GO82.
lounge. So
the
if you are
lounge.
there and you're by yourself, you're an adult, go up in that lounge. It's super cool.
If you got an extra $200. Okay. Test Track. There's a picture of the new car vehicle. So they did change the vehicles. It's reopening July 22nd, and we did report this last week. No virtual queue. However, now they're going through AP previews from July 13th to the 19th every day except for the 17th. You must have, and I made a mistake last week, and nobody pointed it out. I said that you needed a Magic Kingdom park reservation, but you do need an EPCOT park reservation to get into the 7 a.m. virtual queue.
Right.
And then as long as you have any reservation, you can try for the 1 p.m. virtual queue.
And we will
So,
be trying to get on the
yes.
18th ride because we will be up there. So we will report
Yep.
back and let you know if we get on it, which generally with the virtual queue we have no issues with because
However,
we have showed
yes,
you how to do it the easy and the best way to
yes.
always get top 25. So we will do that.
However, we've been out of practice because there hasn't been virtual queue needed.
Yeah, but so is everybody else. So it
So,
should be very easy
okay.
for us. We'll be able to get it.
All righty, there you go. He said it here first. Okay. July 7th, the train began its shuttle mode from Main Street Station to Fantasy and back. I reported last week, I don't know why I say last year, last week that the benches would reverse so that you wouldn't have to ride backwards. It's not every bench. So there are some that are still stationary. So if you can't ride backwards, make sure when you get on the train that you're facing the correct way. Oh, and
All
something
right.
very interesting. Go ahead, go to the next slide.
Well, I was just going to say it looks like some of them are already going backwards and forwards, so they
They
don't
are,
move.
they are,
They don't
they
move.
are.
They're
No,
just yeah.
okay. So the reason why Stitch is here is they changed the audio. So now when they start the train ride, you still have the conductor who's talking, and then Stitch interrupts and says that he wants to ride the train, he wants to drive it. Can he do it? Can he do it? And so the whole time you're driving, there's a conversation with Stitch, which is
Hmm,
kind of cool.
that's funny.
Kind of cool. Yeah,
We
yeah,
saw the
yeah.
live version of Stitch the other day. It was okay. It was entertaining.
Uh-huh. Good, good. And then the Starlight Parade, the reason why I put this here, we went over it last week. It only is shown when there aren't any nighttime events. So when the Halloween party is going on, when the Christmas after hour events are going on, this parade will not be shown. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
it is gonna be limited
Yeah. So the
as far
parade
as
is. You're saying the parade will pretty much be done all of August, September, October, November, December.
well, at least 50% of the time, it's not going to be available. Okay. So now we're getting into the meat of it.
Christmas in July.
Yep, they just came out with the information on Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. November 7th, it's starting, and it will finish December 21st. So
Nice.
here's what's happening with it. It's select nights, November 7th through December 21st, exclusive entertainment that you can only see if you buy that ticket, holiday food and beverage, photo ops, exclusive merchandise that people can buy and resell on eBay later on. And I forgot what the last one was
Well,
because you went
because
too fast.
we're moving. I mean, this isn't
And
anything.
characters. Okay.
People could just
Okay.
understand that this is what they're getting. We got to move
And
on to
then,
things that they don't know,
okay, but okay.
like this. This is
The
good stuff.
castle. So the castle stage, the show is going to be Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration. So
That's
they're
going to
going to
be a
have
great show. Yeah,
songs and yep.
excellent.
And then, of course, during those times at night, Minnie's wonderful Christmas time fireworks. She's going to be the hostess and the collaborator to get those fireworks going. So it's going to be a cute little show.
That will be cool.
The Once Upon a Christmas Time Parade. Now, this is what everybody really loves to go see.
Yep.
You can only see this up through December 21st if you have that hard ticket event, the ticket. However, December 22nd, it is shown during the day. Does
Okay.
that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you can hold out until December 22nd, you don't have to spend the money just to see that parade. Although I bet
Exactly.
it looks
And
gorgeous.
just remember, sometimes in November is when they record. Or actually, wait, what is it? It's
No, you're right. It's
August.
November. No, it's
November they
November.
record the Christmas spectacular
It's yeah, it's
for the live
normally
TV
around
for the live
it's
TV.
normally around Veterans Day, around November 11th in
Yeah.
that area.
So
Okay.
if you're there on a lucky day, you might see people in 100-degree weather in sweaters, but that is because
Yes.
they are recording for the
Yeah,
holiday party.
exactly. They're going to offer complimentary cookies and hot cocoa. They're
See,
going to have
this
dance
is what the
platters.
people need to know, Mom. Free cookies and
Okay, free
hot
cookies,
cocoa.
hot cocoa
You
for
need to
when it's 90
start with this,
degrees. Yes.
please.
Okay, so they're going to have dance parties at the Rocket Tower Plaza stage with, sure, it's going to be Stitch, and then Cosmic Rays. There's going to be the Disney Junior is
Nice.
going to be over
Always,
there.
always there. Sweet.
Exclusive character meet and greets, and then there's going to be some ride overlays,
Now the
which is
ride
going to,
overlays are super cool. That what they do in what is it, Space Mountain, is they will turn everything red, green, and I think it's just red and green, and they'll be
hmm
flashing on the inside with Christmas music. So
Correct.
they do that with certain rides, and it's really cool. It's a different experience. So if you
Exactly.
have a chance,
And
very cool.
and don't forget the Jingle Cruise.
The Jingle Cruise is always the worst. They need to get rid of that ride to begin with, which is the
The Jingle
Jungle
Cruise,
Cruise. But
the Jingle Cruise you can see during the day because it's no different. They're also going to do the Speedway is going to be all decorated with lights, and they're going to play futuristic holiday music. Mad Tea Party is going to be the colors, like you said, flashing colors and music. And then Monsters Laugh Floor. Their show is going to incorporate a lot of holiday festivities.
now, you know
Okay.
what thing really gets me? Why is it that our haunted mansion never changes, but yet the haunted mansion over in Disneyland always changes for holidays?
You
They
want to know
change it.
why?
Well,
You want to
why?
know why?
Why?
They need to get people to go to Disneyland or to come to Disney World. If we had everything that Disneyland had and vice versa, there'd be no reason to travel.
Well, I mean, Disneyland or Disney World is about, I want to say 10 times bigger than Disneyland. So why would you, anyways? Let's see how
All
much it
right.
is.
Okay. So I can't see what the first number is.
It says 13 out of 30
Okay.
nights in November,
Uh
12
huh.
out of 21 nights in December. We open at
Okay.
7 p.m. till midnight. You can
Mm-hmm.
enter at 4 p.m., which is pretty cool.
Okay. So the enter at 4 p.m. If you are already an annual pass holder or you're already in the park and have purchased that ticket additionally, you don't have to leave and then come back in. This is for the people who do not have daily tickets, daily or AP tickets.
Yeah, and
So
how it
you're
works
just
is
fine.
if you are in the park, right when you get in the park, you will get a wristband if you are supposed to be there. And if you are in the very back of the park, right at 7 o'clock, they start in the very back, and there's a line of cast employees that if you don't have a wristband, they will force you out. If you do have a
Mm-hmm.
wristband, you can go right by them and keep going. So if
Yeah.
you are there, it's best to start in the back. Or when you get there, just go get your food and popcorn right away so everything can empty out because it's amazing when everybody gets out of there. You can get on every single ride. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, annual pass holders and DVC members get a whopping $10 off.
What a joke.
It is a joke. It used to be 10%.
Yeah,
And
what a joke.
I don't get it. Select resort guests can book July 16th. So it's not every Disney resort. It's just select resorts. And then all others can book July 22nd.
$10 off. You know what?
It's like a
So,
slap in the face.
because my wife and I, we have our annual pass for Universal, and we get a free pass to Halloween Horror Nights. But yet Disney gives you $10 off, Mom. What a
Yeah,
deal! Disney's such a
it's a
joke.
deal. Go sign up right now. So now, wait, can we go back one,
Oh,
please?
yeah, oh
Stay
yeah,
back on that. Okay, so I was looking at this. Okay, remember I said about the parade. Okay, the parade cannot go on these nights.
right.
So right there, you have 25 of 51 nights that the parade will not be going.
Right.
Okay. There was something else, but okay, now you can move.
Moving on.
Okay, so these are questions that we have to talk about, Chris. Are the event guests returning from prior years? So did they come last year and say, "Oh, we got to go again"? Are they former pass holders who decided not to renew? Are they pass holders? Are the pass holders first timers? So like I've never been to this, so would that be me? And then, as I said, the new parade will not run on those nights.
But they have their
Um,
own parade.
yeah, we will, and then we'll not have the evening hours for almost 50% in November, December. So 25 out of the 51 days, if you are not coming to these events, you have to leave Magic Kingdom by 5 or 6 o'clock.
Now here's what I would say. I would say no pass holder like annual pass holders don't go to this.
Hmm.
They don't unless you have an extra $200 to spend.
Hmm.
The smartest thing would be is if you were from out of town, a Disney ticket for the day is $160 right now. So why not would you get this pass, get in at 4 o'clock when it opens, you get free popcorn, you get free candy, you get different things like that, and you can get on every single ride. There's not as much people
Hmm.
in the park as during the day, and it's for the exact
Hmm.
same price. It just makes
Correct.
so much more sense to do it this way, at least for
Uh-huh.
Magic Kingdom, than it
Yes.
would be to buy $150 for a family of 6 where you can't get on more than 2 rides.
Okay. Okay. Now, to go along with that, a normal attendance day for Magic Kingdom, of course, they don't let you know explicitly what it is. It's anywhere between 80 and 100,000 people a day. Okay. That's the capacity. For this, you know how they always say they limit the amount of people? It's been reported that about 30,000 tickets are sold. So
Yeah.
less than half, less than half. Okay, so I did the math on this. I did the average of the tickets that are 169 to 229, just did $200. $6 million an event are coming in, is coming in. Times that by the 25 days, and it's $150 million.
Well, Mom, they're not going to be doing it if it's not going to make them money.
Oh, but I just wanted people to know the numbers.
Yeah, I love
Okay.
love numbers.
I love
Love
numbers
numbers.
too. So it's interesting, but I agree with you 100%. It would make sense if you're coming down during the holiday season and you're looking to go to Magic Kingdom, don't buy the daily pass unless of course, it's probably included in your package. A lot of the package prices for out of staters include their tickets, and it's not
Yeah.
going to include that. So it's a
Yep.
choice. It's a choice.
Yeah.
Are you
Well,
ready?
oh yeah, I'm ready. What's your joke? What you got?
Okay. This is a good one, Chris.
Okay.
When does red mean go and green mean stop?
I don't know.
When you're eating a watermelon.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I don't know if that's a joke. Is that a joke? That's
Oh
supposed to
my
be a joke? Can somebody tell me if
Oh
that's a joke?
my gosh.
I
Okay,
don't know the
Chris.
terminology for that, but I don't think it's a joke. I think it's more of a riddle. It's more of a
Okay, well,
riddle.
riddles, jokes, they're in the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe when you look, Mom, type in jokes, not riddles.
So anyway, do you have your fact?
I do have a fact, actually. You know the castle behind me with the lights?
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know how many
They're called
lights they used for the castles? For that castle
yes.
specifically?
Yes. Yes. I want to say 300,000.
Oh, it was close. Over 200,000. Yep.
Okay. Okay. I have a question for you.
No, Mom. No.
I do. I've got a question for
No.
you.
Your question was done with after you did the riddle.
Which
Is
was
this
the
another riddle?
first? No, no. This is a fact to see if you know
Oh,
this.
now we're doing a fact.
Which ride
I
was
do
the
the facts,
first?
Mom. You do not do facts.
Okay, well, this is to test your knowledge of Disney. Okay. Which ride was the first to introduce the single rider line?
Um, why don't we go with Space Mountain?
Nope, it was Test Track.
Hmm.
Test Track was the first to introduce a single ride liner, a single rider line. And
Ride
did you
liner.
know that when it was first built, it was slated to go at 95 miles an hour?
That's cool.
But
Yeah.
they had to cut it back because the Florida speed at that point was only 65. So
That's funny.
that's why it's dropped down 65. See, I got interesting facts.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. So anyway, we don't know when we'll see you next week because we're going to be out of town.
Yeah, we might have to do an early show.
Yeah, but then we won't have any report to do. Well, we'd have
Or
to
maybe a
do
show when we get up there. Ha ha.
Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. I'm the mom.
And I'm the son, and this is the Mom and Son Show.